Hello, my dear students. I'm back with some important MCQ questions relating to class 11 commerce semester exam, which is going to start from 13th September 2014. So today I want to start with the vouchers and its types. See, in order to understand the MCQ questions, you should understand what the vouchers is actually. So it's very important to have some basic concepts. See, so vouchers is an evidence of a transactions, whether you have purchased, whether you have sold, how much you have purchased, how much you have sold. Uh, so what is a credit purchase? What is a credit sales? All for all the how much you have paid, how much you have received for in relating to all these transactions, you need to have some evidence, and that evidence which is prepared against the transaction is known as vouchers, and it is also known as the source document. From the vouchers we have to make entry in different types of books. Okay, basically there are two types of vouchers. One is cash vouchers and other is non-cash vouchers. Cash vouchers also consist of debit vouchers. It is prepared when you make payment against good purchase or payment against some parties, payment to some parties. Likewise, there is a credit vouchers. It is prepared on receipt of cash. Likewise, there is debit note, credit note. Okay, and non-cash vouchers, which is also known as transfer vouchers, is prepared for non-cash transactions. That is for credit transactions. So for credit transactions, we prepared non-cash vouchers. So there, so and the different types of vouchers, maybe you may call it a cash memo. It is prepared when goods are sold for cash, and it is act as an evidence both for the seller as well as the buyer. There may be check, right, which is issued by the bank when it's issued to the bank for withdrawing some amount or depositing some amount. Likewise, there is a pay in slip. It is a document which is issued to the customer by the bank when someone is deposited. So there are different types of evidences when you make some transactions. So let's get started. Number one, so voucher is prepared for cash received and paid, cash or credit sales, cash or credit purchase, all of the above. The right answer is all of the above, because see, for all types of transactions we require a voucher. So, but vouchers may be of two types. One is cash vouchers and other is the non-cash vouchers. So the right answer is all of the above. The second, voucher is prepared from documentary evidence, journal entry, ledger account, all of the above. See, voucher is definitely prepared from the documentary evidence of a transaction. See, journal entry from in journal entry, when you record something, it is definitely recorded on the basis of the documentary evidence. So voucher is prepared from documentary evidence. Okay, which document is used at the time of purchase return? Whenever goods are returned, then you have to prepare a document notifying the seller that he has been debited by the amount of goods returned to him. So when you purchase goods on credit, the entry will be purchased to creditors. Okay, creditors should be credited the amount to the extent of goods purchased. But when you return goods to the creditor, then you will have to pay lesser amount. That is after deducting the amounts of goods returned. Then you have to prepare a note along with the goods return notifying that he has been debited by the amount of goods returned, and that is called the debit note. So debit note is a document which is prepared at the time of purchase return. Okay, debit note is a document which is prepared at the time of purchase return. Likewise, credit note is a document. So after receiving the goods from the buyer, the seller will again prepare a note and send it to the buyer, notifying that he has been credited with the amounts of good returned by him. So credit note is a document which is prepared by the seller and sent to the buyer. So from the viewpoint of the buyer, it is the debit note, and from the viewpoint of the seller, it is the credit note. Okay. The voucher is prepared for non-cash transactions. Okay, the voucher is prepared for non-cash transaction is known as transfer vouchers. So credit vouchers, it is not the credit vouchers, it is called the transfer vouchers. The vouchers prepared for credit transactions, that is good purchase on credit, is called the transfer voucher. Okay. And number four is number five is identify the transactions for which transfer voucher is prepared. Salary paid rupees 1000. It is not correct because it is cash transactions. For these, debit voucher is prepared. Receipt rupees 10,000 from Ram. Again, this is cash receipt. This is for this credit voucher is prepared. A credit sales service 5,000 to Ram. So it is a credit transactions for these transfer voucher is prepared. So for salary paid, you have to prepare debit vouchers. Whenever something is paid, you have to prepare a voucher and it is known as debit voucher. Whenever you receive something, you have to prepare a voucher and it is known as credit voucher. So whenever you sell or purchase something on credit, you have to prepare a transfer voucher. So answer number C is correct. So the code is given like A, 1 and 2. 1 and 2 both are debit voucher and credit voucher. 2 and 3, it's not correct. 3 is credit voucher, transfer voucher, but 2 is not. Only 3 and only 2. The correct answer is only 3. So transfer voucher is issued only in case of credit transactions. Okay. So likewise, you will be given some codes you have to answer in this way. And let's move ahead. So from question number 7, if you see question number 7, okay. Dash is prepared by the seller of goods when he sells goods on credit. Definitely, when he sells goods on credit, definitely you will prepare a document which is known as invoice or bill. It's not a check, it is related to bank. Pay in slip is also related to bank. Cash memo is issued when you sell goods on cash. So, for credit transactions, the seller will prepare a document notifying the amount of goods sold, the discount allowed, the items of goods sold, everything will be mentioned, and that is called the invoice or the bill, and it is even given to the buyer. So the seller will record the entry in the sales day book on the basis of the invoice or bill, and likewise the buyer will record the entries in the purchase day book on the basis of invoice or bill. Okay, the document, so invoice or bill is a document is prepared when goods are sold or purchased in cash. Okay, it is usually prepared by the seller and one copy is handed to the buyer also. Okay, so question number 8. Dash is an order in writing drawn upon a bank to pay specified sum to the bearer or the persons named in it. So that is a document. See, when you issue checks to somebody, then we are requesting the bank to pay the amount mentioned in the check to the persons mentioned in the check, and that is definitely the check. So dash is an order in writing drawn upon a bank to be specified sum to the bearer or the person named in it. Cash memo, check, pay in slip, receipt. See, cash memo is issued when you receive cash. It is prepared for cash transaction. It is prepared by the seller. Pay in slip, it is issued by the bank when you deposit money in the bank. Receipt is issued when you receive cash from the debtors. Okay, so check is an order in writing drawn upon a bank to pay specified sum to the bearer of the named person in it. To the bearer. See, if I give check to Mr. Ram, but it can be encashed by Mr. Sham also, because whosoever who holds the check will get the payment from the bank. So I am directing the bank to make the payment of the required amount to the person named to the instrument or the bearer of the instrument. Okay, and the other is when cash payment are made, following vouchers are when cash payment are made, following vouchers are made. If you see this, when cash payment are made, definitely will prepare cash memo. Okay, but for cash voucher, when cash is paid, we have to prepare debit voucher, and when cash is received, we have to prepare credit voucher. So when a cash payment are made, following vouchers are made. Compound vouchers, it's not correct. Debit vouchers, credit vouchers, or transfer vouchers. Transfer voucher is relating to credit sales, and credit vouchers, it is a voucher issued when payment is received, and debit voucher is a voucher is issued when payment are made. So when cash payment are made, debit vouchers are made. So similarly, when cash are received, then we have to prepare credit vouchers. Okay, which of the following is not a source document? Invoice. See, invoice means the document is prepared when goods are purchased or sold in credit. So it is a source document, or it's voucher. Debit note. It is a note when it is issued when goods are returned by the buyer. Pay in slip. It is issued by the bank when amount is deposited by. So all these are source document, but debit voucher is not a source document. Okay, debit voucher is not a source document. See, when you purchase goods on credit, will receive invoice which is prepared by the sellers. When seller sold goods on credit, seller will prepare a document is known as invoice. It is one copy is handed over to the buyer also. So that is a source document. After that, when the seller after that when the buyer makes payment to the seller, then he will prepare a debit voucher. So it is not a source document. So it is a not a source document, though invoice is a source document. So debit voucher is not a source document. Likewise, which of the following is present on invoice? The invoice means a voucher is prepared for credit transactions. So what is included in invoice? Number one, pay party to whom goods are sold. Definitely you have to mention the name of the party to whom goods are sold. Goods sold, definitely how much goods have been sold, the amount, the quantity, the rate, and the display, everything will mention. And total sale amount, definitely all these things will be sold. The name of the persons, the items of goods sold, and the amount of goods sold, everything will be mentioned in voucher. So the code is 1 and 2. 3 is also correct. 2 and 3, that is all not correct. 1 and 3 is not correct. D, all of these are right, because whenever you prepare a voucher, you have to mention the name to whom the goods are sold, and the items the goods sold, as again the amount of the goods sold. So the right answer for question number 11 is code D, that is all of this. So this type of questions are expected, so you have to prepare very well. So this is not a direct questions. The code will be given to you. You have to identify which one is correct. And number 12 is more important. See, in one column, you have two columns, right? Column 1 and column 2, you have to match the following. Cash memo, definitely it is issued for cash sales, and pay in slip, loan and debtor. See, cash memo. See, liability as a supporting vouchers, depositing money. See, cash memo is definitely a supporting vouchers. Okay, cash memo is a supporting vouchers. And pay in slip is issued by the bank while depositing money into the bank. So for A, cash memo, answer 3 is correct. Where is 3? Answer 3 is correct. Okay, so this should be 3. This should not be the capital letter. This should be the small letter, and likewise this is also not the capital letter. This should be the small letter. Okay, cash memo, it is supporting voucher. So for A, it is code 3. For A, see, it is code 3. Where is code 3? Okay. B, pay in slip, it is issued by the bank depositing money in the bank. 4. So yeah, B, 4. For B, it is 4. It's correct. Okay. And for C, loan is a liability, is 1. It is also correct. And for D, debtors, it is an asset. So for D, column 2, that is 2 is correct. So the right answer for the match the following is A, that is 3, 4, 1, 2. Again, I am explaining. In column 1 and column 2, you have to match. For cash memo, it is a supporting voucher. So write A, 3. Then pay in slip, it is depositing money in the bank. So for B, write 4. C, it is a liability. For C, write 1. And D, it is an asset, write 2. So 3, 4, 2, 1. So where is 3, 4, 2, 1? So 2, 1, 4. So 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, 3, 4, 1, 2. So 3, 4, 1, 2. So the answer A is correct. In this way, you have to prepare. Match the following. The code will be given. So when code is given, don't get confused with the answers. Okay, just read the questions carefully, try to match the answer with column A and column B, and with the match answer you compare, with the match answer you compare the answer that is given in as a code, and so we have to select the correct answer, that is code A, B, C, and D. So this is all important questions relating to the voucher. As I have told, voucher is a documentary evidence of transactions. Basically, there are two types of vouchers: cash voucher and non-cash vouchers. Cash vouchers are debit vouchers and credit vouchers. Debit vouchers are issued when cash is paid. Credit vouchers issued when cash is received. Okay, invoice or bill is prepaid when goods are sold against cash. Cash memo is issued for cash transactions, whereas when the vouchers which are issued for non-cash transactions is known as non-cash vouchers or simply the transfer vouchers. So I do hope you have understood this topic, and please watch these videos again and again so that you can understand the whole concept. So I will come with other topic in the next class. Till then, goodbye.